Great afternoon, my friends. It is time again for the Masterclass Marathon on a Saturday. Super excited as always to be here with you. So, what you need to do right now is begin to share this live out. It's going to be a lot of fire as usual. So, make sure you're sharing this out with a bunch of your friends. Make sure they come on in. We have a lot of speakers today. So excited. So, what is the Masterclass Marathon? It is actually a place that we come to every Saturday, and what we do is we share information with those of you who are in business. You get to learn something you didn't know you needed to know, and possibly something you knew you needed to know. So you may be refreshed, you may hear new information, all of the above. But I want you to get ready to start sharing this live out. Okay, our speakers are coming in and they will be joining so they can give you this fire information. So make sure you do your due diligence. Go ahead and share the live out. I'm going to do the same in the meantime to make sure some other folks know about getting on in here to hear this great information that we're sharing here on a Saturday. So the Masterclass Marathon actually happens on Saturdays at 12 and Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are ready for your information, make sure that you get your pen and paper ready so you can begin to take notes. We're always excited to be here. So I have been sharing it out to some other folks. Hello, Sophia. Welcome, welcome. Sophia, I do want to tell you that you're a little blurry, so I don't know if you can get a better connection going. Are you in a good spot, bad spot? Maybe you want to go out and come back. And also maybe you should, I don't know, check your connection because you're blurry. I don't want you to be blurry. So go out and come back. All right.
Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay. All right, let's go. So let's do this thing called the Masterclass Marathon, which is a space for you guys to get information every single Saturday and Sunday. We enjoy sharing with you every week, and we're excited. All right. All right, there you go. Why is everybody a little blurry? Good day. All
Am I
right.
blurry?
A little bit. It's not too bad. Sophia's was spinning in a circle. So I was like, Sophia, just leave and come back. All right. So let's get our speakers in here. I love doing this marathon every week. And all right, here we go.
Make a little change here.
Okay. So guys, hang out with us. We are here. Every speaker, I'll tell you guys what's going on here. Each of our speakers actually has 13 minutes to give you information about their business. They're going to teach you something, and you can take notes if you'd like. I also want you to know that this is being recorded, so you can come back right here on this page, Tamika James, to be able to watch it again. It's also housed over there on my YouTube channel, which is my podcast called Entrepreneurs Speak with Tamika James. All right, so let's get this party rolling. I'm super excited. I'm going to actually have Sophia to start first today. So she has 13 minutes on the clock, yay. And then she has 2 minutes to tell you guys who she is, where she's from, who she serves, and what it is that she actually has to offer today. So that's what we're doing. All right, so everyone else that's not speaking, if you don't mind to mute out, and we'll get rolling. All right, I think Shanti, make sure you're muted out. All right, let's go. I have my timer over here for you, Sophia. So I'm excited about what you're going to share. So let's get the party going. All right.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I thank you again, Tamika, as well, for allowing me the opportunity just to come and drop some gems and some nuggets to you all about what we're going to be talking about today. And my topic today will be discussing about 5 ways to increase your profit margin. A lot of us in here are business owners, entrepreneurs, and you may be seeing some declines or some decreases inside your profit. Your numbers are kind of decreasing some. So, the old adage is it's not about how much you get, but more so about how much you keep. And we're in our business to keep our coins, secure our bag, and live comfortably. So let's kind of dive in and talk about 5 ways that you can kind of do that and increase those profit margins as well. So if you're a business owner, let's drop some coins, the comments, to keep more money in your pocket as we start talking about it. So number one, how about those unnecessary subscription expenses? If you go through your bank account and your business transactions and your statements, we got some subscriptions that we aren't using anymore, right? We have some subscriptions that we don't even know what they are any longer. It's important. Go through those accounts, look them up, see if you need them, because most likely if you don't, you're not using them, you don't know what they're for anymore, get rid of them. That's an unnecessary expense that you are adding and decreasing to that bottom line. So let's go through that. Number two, consider add-on services for your current clients. A lot of you all in here either offer a product or you provide a service. And if you're only providing a service or you're providing one product, think about what you can do as an add-on to your current clients. And then as you start with your newer clients, consider offering right up front bundles or packages. So for instance, I specialize in I'm not familiar with all those ways and all that stuff, but I specialize in the beauty industry. So for my estheticians, you offer amazing facials. But along with those facials, have you considered selling those products that you use for those facials? Or possibly as you're viewing their skin and you notice some acne or you notice some problems or challenges, do you offer or sell a solution that you can use, that they can use to better their skin? What about my cosmetic surgery caregivers? You know, those are the ones that take care of you when you have those BBLs or those mommy makeovers or those lipos. So for those of you that offer that service, are you promoting recovery care kits? Or what about transportation services? So these are just similar ways, and it's in hairstylists, barbers. There is something that you can do to increase those profit margins if you sell a product or if you provide a service. So you remember, number one was cut those unnecessary subscriptions. Now number two is consider add-on services. Number three, get intentional about highly converting marketing. What's working for you now? What are you using now that's working? Are you intentional with your posts? I learned that from Coach Tamika. Let's get intentional about our posts. Let's build our email list. You can build an IG shop. I know you have Shopify, but have you considered possibly an Instagram shop? Paid ads, Facebook and Instagram. I also learned that if you do an ad for like $1 a day for 7 days, just see what that does. So let's get intentional about converting our marketing for us. Right now, it's the holiday season. The beauty industry can thrive. So many other industries, e-commerce can thrive right now. So where are you at with your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or just your holiday specials throughout the year? There's some clearance closeouts that you can do. So let's just consider those items as far as getting intentional about highly converting marketing. And I know I'm going kind of fast because I just want to make sure I stay within my timeline. So number four, here's a good one. And I run into this constantly is streamlining your standard business operations. I can't express that enough. Do you have systems in place? Do you have workflows in place? Are they in order? Do you have a VA? Because what happens with those when you do not have a consistent workflow, you do not have a process, you do not have a system in place, you know what happens? You have chaos. And I call it organized chaos. Sometimes if you're lucky, that chaos can be organized. But you don't have a clear picture of what's going on. And what that does to your profit margin is what? Customer complaints. Customer complaints leads to customer refunds that decrease your profit margin. You're buying unnecessary expenses or equipment that you think or you thought you needed for the business. Let's talk about inventory. Cost of goods sold goes to your bottom line. That affects your profit. And you haven't taken inventory, or you never take inventory over the course of a year, a quarter, a day, or a month. So you're buying all of this stuff, and then all of a sudden you go into the storage closet. You're like, oh my God. That's because you do not have a system on when you're going to take inventory, whether that is daily, or you don't have a sheet sitting there beside to let you know, or even more so, a lot of you all have your point of sale systems that if you set up properly, it will tell you or alert you when it's time to reorder. You all have reorder points. So it's important. Take that inventory, because now you got clearance closeout that you want to do, but you got clearance closeout on excess surplus that eventually just gets written off, and you just definitely wasted a ton of money. And then here is another one, and then we'll go through and summarize it, is negotiate bulk discounts with your vendor. A lot of us in our industries, especially once again in that beauty industry, skincare, estheticians, primary care, lashes, you order in bulk. Have you considered reaching out to that vendor and say, hey, I've been with you for a number of months. I've been with you for a number of years. By any chance, because of that, I've been a loyal customer to you. Can you provide to me a discount? All they can say is no. Remember, you hold the relationship. You have the relationship. And right now, in the time of everyone talking about a recession, that affects businesses as well. Ask them and see what they say. And if they say no, then say, okay, thank you for your services. I'm sorry that I have to leave, because there are a ton of vendors that provide you with that same product or service that are willing to give you that discount so that you can remain a loyal customer to them. It's just like offering rewards, right? What can you do for me so that I can remain a loyal customer to you? So let's kind of go back, because I have some time, I think, and summarize, those 5 ways that you can increase your profit margin, right? Go through those bank statements and cut unnecessary subscriptions that you are not using. Okay, get rid of them. Keep more money in your pocket. Number 2, consider add-on services for your current clients, or consider add-on products for your service clients. Get intentional about highly converting your marketing. What does that look like? Paid ads. Consider your marketing budget, because marketing is probably one of your greatest expenses, but use it to your advantage to bring in more money. Get those systems and those processes in place. Well, you don't want to do more refunds than you're bringing in money. That's a moot point. Who wants to do that? Consider a VA if you need to. VAs can come minimally. You can budget that as well, but they will assist in keeping those processes and those workplaces, those workflows in place for you, so that you're not purchasing items that you don't need. Remember, inventory is key. And then lastly, negotiate bulk discounts with your vendor, because you hold the relationship. You have that relationship with them. So if you have any questions for me, by all means, I am at Beauty Bookkeeping. You can do what I do is that I am a 25-year seasoned accountant with a master's and all of that good stuff. And I provide professional bookkeeping, tax preparation services, strategies, business compliance, and advisory to entrepreneurs. And I specialize in the beauty industry because that's just the nature of me. I love the beauty industry. I love all entrepreneurs, and I wish everyone success. But my heart really goes out to the beauty industry. And what I like you to do, if you want to learn more about things that you can do better in the beauty industry as it relates to your business, then if you go into my bio, click it. The second one, there is a small ebook that I did on 7 financial mistakes that you're currently making in your beauty business. And it doesn't just relate to the beauty industry, because I guarantee if you just read it, you'll see that you find yourself involved in that as a business entrepreneur. It talks about not paying yourself and not keeping bookkeeping a priority and stuff of that nature. So go and click that link in my bio and you can download that book, 7 financial mistakes that you are making in your beauty industry or your beauty businesses that causes you to not keep beautiful books. because I am Beauty in the Books. And I'm all about keeping beautiful books in any industry. So that is important. So thank you so much, Coach Tamika. And I'm going to really listen and hone in on our next speakers to see what they have to offer as well. So thank you again. Thank you again. Any questions, just DM me. I want you to secure the bag and keep those coins. Stop leaving that money on the table.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Great presentation, straight to the point. You gave it to us. You let us know some things that we need to do immediately. And I love that the information you gave, yes, you talked to the beauty industry, but it was general information for any type of business. And I really appreciate that you shared that with us today. So I hope everyone has been taking notes. Please make sure you're sharing this live out. More people need to be here. There's more fire that's coming. You think that was some fire? There's more fire that's coming up in the next presentations. So guys, make sure that you're sharing this live out. You can communicate with us on the screen. You can talk to the speakers. You can let them know that you're enjoying what they're saying. And remember to tell someone else to get here. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. So which one of you guys wants to go next?
Oh, come on now. You know it's ladies first. Come on now.
All right, that's what we're gonna do then. That's how we're rolling. All right. So let's go over to our next speaker. You guys are watching the Masterclass Marathon, which happens on Saturdays at 12 and Sundays at 7. So you can come back tomorrow as well. Next up, we have Miss Shanti. So Shanti, you know what to do. I know you've been here and seen it from the other side. This is your first time speaking with us. But you know you have 13 minutes on the clock to give us your presentation. And then you have 2 minutes to tell us about who you are and what you actually have to offer. All right, so if you are ready, my clock is ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
Yes, let's go.
All right, good. Well, it's still morning time over here. I'm in Texas, so good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining and tuning in, and thank you for supporting all of our businesses just by being here and, sharing. So my name is Shanti Refuge. I'm a mental health coach, advocate. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker, and I help people to help themselves heal from emotional and mental health issues such as stress, anxiety, depression. My topic is going to be journaling for mental health. I know that a lot of us, when I say us, don't journal. And I was one of those people that did not journal. I thought journaling was for the Caucasian people. And like, what is journaling going to do for me? But I had to learn the hard way what journaling does. So I'm here to tell you, before it gets bad, start good beauty bookkeeping. Yes, journaling, awesome. So journaling has been recognized as an effective way to reduce stress, help with depression and anxiety, focus on your mind, and keep you organized. And it can be a tool for meditation, manifestation, and allows you to be a more effective communicator. The best part of it is that journaling is your safe space. When you're journaling, you're not being judged. You don't have the grammar police on you. You don't have, your journal isn't going to say, oh, you did this. No, your journal is not going to do that because it's you opening up to yourself and admitting things that you probably wouldn't admit out loud. And that's a great way to release baggage. And a lot of us hold things in because of, guilt, shame, or, don't want to admit. And when we do things like that, it weighs heavy on us and it affects our mind. And when we hold things inside, it manifests physically. When we're holding in things, it's been linked to, high blood pressure, meltdowns, nervous breakdowns, and that's not healthy for us. So, especially us as African Americans, we are known to be on the top of the list for having high blood pressure. And in my opinion, I think it's because we don't talk about our problems. Because, if you grew up in a generation of, don't talk about it, suck it up, be strong, be a woman, be a man, get over it. Those things are easier said than done. And we were expected to do those things, but later on in life, they come out. And so when you are journaling for your mental health, it allows you to express yourself creatively, and it helps you to relieve stress and focus on things in your life that aren't serving you, so you can get rid of them. Because a lot of us do tend to, hold on to things, give our attention and energy to things that aren't serving. And we can't ever sometimes have a valid reason for why we're holding on to those things, or why are we, keeping those in our area if they're not serving us. And that's not good for us. I am an advocate for it's me season. Take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. And I have a question. What do you suggest as journaling triggers? Self-esteem, self-love, self-awareness, grief, anger. That's a big one. Anger. Unpacking traumas like, childhood traumas, things that happened to you when you were a kid and you put in the back of your mind and forget about it. Oh, I'll get over it. We don't really get over those things. We just bury them so deep. And later on in life, and I can attest to that, later on in life, all that stuff you had buried back here is going to start coming up here, and then it's going to start coming out of here. And then you're just going to start going off on people. I used to do that until I started journaling. And there are a lot of benefits to journaling. And, like I said, it reduces stress. You would be surprised that just by writing things down, writing out your feelings, how, you'll feel so much lighter once you've gotten it off your chest. A lot of times our first mind is to talk to someone. And you know that sometimes the people you trust the most with your secrets, they're going to go tell it to somebody eventually. Or when mad day comes, they're going to throw it in your face. And, that's just adding more. I see you, Tamika. That's just adding more. And so, like I said, journaling is a safe space for you. Only your eyes are on this journal. You don't give your journal to somebody to read. This is your innermost thoughts. These are, your emotions, your feelings that you're writing out on paper. And it is very, very healthy and very, very therapeutic, especially if you are against therapy. A lot of us, don't want to go and talk to a stranger, because that's what we consider a therapist. A stranger. I'm not telling a stranger my business. And you're right. You are telling a stranger your business, but it's not to tell them so that they can soak it in and, get tea from you. No, it's for them to help you. But a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. So people consider journaling therapeutic. I know I do. You have a journal for different areas of your life that you want to work on. So, for instance, if you're angry, you write in an anger journal. If you are happy, you write in your gratitude journal. If you have prayer requests, you write in your prayer journal. So, my point is, you don't want to have one journal and write everything in that journal. That's not good. You want to keep your topics separate. And I had to learn that the hard way too. So, all the things that I teach, I am teaching from experience as what not to. This is what I did. I don't want you to do that. Do it this way. Do it the right way, because I didn't have anybody to teach me. So I'm here, to teach you about, journaling, and it's powerful. And there was a time where, there's a lot of people that won't talk at all. Quiet, observe, and just sit there. And now when you journal, and once you, get into the habit of journaling, it allows you to be more vocal and to express yourself to whoever you need to express yourself to in a safe and healthy way. Journaling can help you with your self-confidence, your self-esteem. It can help you in all areas of your life, from, like I said, prayer to manifesting. And it helps you process your negative thoughts. Sometimes, yes, sometimes, we have these negative thoughts and feelings, and, negative self-talk, and, or people being negative in our ear, and we're processing it, and some thinking it's true when it is not. Your journal will help you to do this. Now, journaling, when I say journaling, some people think a blank notebook, and you just open it up and start writing. And I tried that before, and I found that it didn't work for me. So I advocate for guided journaling. Guided journaling is where you are answering prompts, specific prompts for your topic. So if you are angry, you have a prompt that's, okay, This is what happened today. This is how I felt about it. This was the person that made me mad, and what can I do about it? Things like that. It helps you to, bring it out. It helps you to vocalize, process how you're feeling without going to jail for somebody making you mad. Journaling will keep you out of jail. It reduces your mental stress and your anxiety. Journaling helps with if you have an addiction, if you're recovering from any type of addiction, whether it be food, it can be an addiction, alcohol, sex. Journaling help you in your marriage with communication, or it can help you get over a relationship. So there are plenty of benefits to journaling, and I always ask people to at least try it before you before you knock it. Try it, because like I said, when I first got introduced to journaling, I'm like, ain't nobody do that, but no, journaling is for everybody. It is for everybody. It is beneficial. And once you have your journal and you've been writing it in a while, and you can go back and reflect. You can go back and reflect on, what you have accomplished. You can see your change. You can see, we don't have any grapes. You can go back and reflect. I remember, come get your journal. And so let's say you've been writing your journal for a month. You want to go back and look at what you wrote. You would be surprised at the change you have made if you just go back and read what you wrote. So you could be feeling one way in the beginning of writing your journal, and then the next you can be, I'm sorry, I have a baby. And you could be, say hello. Look, everybody looking at you, act silly. You see them? They trying to hear me, not you. Lay down. I have children's journals too. So the earlier you can get yourself or someone to start journaling, it is better for your mental health. I reach as young as 3 years old for growth mindset. But okay, hold on. And growth mindset is basically teaching them young that they are worthy, they are someone, they can do anything, and the journals that I create, they speak life. Whether you get a journal for being upset, being happy, being prayerful, it speaks life into you, and it encourages you to speak life into yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead with my offer, because she's not let me be great. She's down for a while, but she get feeling herself now. Okay, so if you did not know, I do create journals. I have a lot of journals. If you go to if you're not following me, first follow me, and I offer, inspiration, journaling tips. I teach you how to journal. If you go to my website, it's shantirefugejournals.com. I have a lot of journals. I have emotional wellness journals, manifestation journals, prayer journals, relationship journals, self-esteem, self-love, self-awareness, gratitude, you name it, I have it. And the journals that I created were all based on my experiences. I use those same journals to get through my mental health issues. I was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety back in 2018. And the journals that I created with the help of my therapist at the time helped me to get off of medication, because the medication does not help. It just shuts you up. It's like putting a pacifier in a baby's mouth. Baby's crying, give it a pacifier, they're going to be quiet. The minute you rip it out, they're going to start screaming again. And that's what medication essentially does. So if you are experiencing any kind of mental health issues, now don't confuse mental health with mental illness. Those are two different things. We all have mental health, every last one of us, but mental illness is different, and that's diagnosed by a professional like a therapist or a psychiatrist. Mental health is, basically us taking care of ourselves. We're so quick to focus on what we look like on the outside. Make sure, we look like we got it together, but really inside we do not. And that's where I come in. You know, I love all the beauty brands, all the clothes, all the fashion. I'm here to help you fix your inside. Get your inside together. So all the stuff you're doing on the outside, you can shine even brighter. And again, my name is Shanti Refuge. And follow me and go to our website. And I do have Black Friday deals only to my subscribers. So go subscribe to my email and you will get the deals as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanti. Thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. Just laying out what it looks like to journal. You expressed to us why, you told us how, and you let us know exactly what you have to offer. So what I love about doing the Masterclass Marathon is giving everyone exposure. There was someone who came today who was interested in journaling, but really didn't dig into it. And now they heard you speak and they understand you have all these different types of journals. So please make sure that you guys give her a quick follow by clicking the arrow above, and also give our previous speaker a quick follow as well as our next speaker that's coming up. And you might want to follow me too. That's up to you. You could think about it if you want. So what'd you say?
We following everybody up in here. Follow everybody.
Yes, yes. Do it now. So make sure you give the follows. And what we do here at the Masterclass Marathon is this. After you give a follow, go over and start a private conversation in the DMs with the person that you'd like to speak with. We're all very friendly. We run our businesses. We're moving forward, and we're really excited to help you to move forward in your life and your business as well. So thank you so much, Shanti, for speaking. Make sure you guys connect with her. Make sure you give her, once again, a follow, and go and make a purchase if you know that you need something. All right. Thank you so much, Shanti. All right. So either you can hang out with us or you can go down. It's up to you, but make sure you mute out. All right. Thank you so much for coming today.
All right.
All righty. Okay. All right. So guys, you are watching the Masterclass Marathon. You are here on at the Saturday segment. We are speaking. Every speaker has 13 minutes to give a presentation and then 2 minutes to let you know what they have to offer as well. So whoever you want to follow, make sure you get connected. I forgot to tell you that I'm excited about the fact that our first speaker, Sophia, spoke, and she's actually joining me in my membership. So I want you guys to know, if you've been watching me, she's coming on board. So the info that she just gave is going to be inside of the program. I'll tell you about that later. I just want you to know who was just speaking, okay? All right, let's go to our next speaker. Super excited to have you today, Coach Andre. Are you ready to share some gems and nuggets and all the things with us today?
I'm about that life. I'm always ready.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So glad to have you. I'm going to give you 13 minutes on the clock, and your timer will go off at that time, and then you have 2 minutes to let us know how we can connect with you. All right. So my clock is ready. Let's go.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me on this live. I'm excited to be here. This is awesome. Kudos to you for doing this, highlighting Black businesses, Black entrepreneurs. Kudos to you, Sophia. You gave some great information. I really believe that we are the biggest consumers, and we need to find ways to divert that because we're not doing a good job of that. And to Shanti as well, journaling is extremely powerful. And it's something I need to get back to doing myself. So I appreciate you ladies for your knowledge and your information. So for those that don't know who I am the rhyming realtor for your dream home you need to buy or sell. I am the purpose coach for those that feel like they're going through hell. I am the speaker here to motivate, encourage, and inspire. I'm a poet as well. I got the mic to spit bars of fire. This book that I wrote, well, it's changing lives as well. A servant is what I am, on a mission to serve, not sell. When it's all said and done, to help others reach their full potential by helping them find their purpose, to find true joy, it is essential. So, Andre Notice is my name, and inspiration is who I be. It is true, I live to give, and you will notice me. Guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to be here. I'm so honored to be on this platform. I want to talk to you for a minute about mindset. Mindset is extremely important. And for just a very quick story about me, a few years ago, I found myself broke, homeless, and sleeping in my car. and I was actually selling homes when I had no home. In order for me to change my situation to where I am right now, I had to make some changes. I believe that the very first step to change, the very first step to success, I should say, isn't even your mindset. I believe the very first step to success is desire. You have to want it, and you have to want it bad. Because if you just kind of want it, you'll make an excuse. But if you really want it, you'll make an adjustment. So I had to make an adjustment because I wanted it just that bad. So I believe that after I developed that desire, I had to change my mindset, because the success that we want to achieve starts from what's between your ears, the way you think. Because the way you think is the way that you speak, and the way that you speak is the way that you move, and the way that you move is going to create the habits, and those habits are going to create your lifestyle. So if you want to change the way that you move and the way that you go about doing things, you got to change your habits and your words and your mindset, because they're all connected. So what is mindset? Mindset is the way that you think. And I believe that what Bob Proctor says about the paradigm is a multitude of habits that are fixed in your subconscious mind. Most people don't understand that you have two minds. You have a conscious mind, and then you have a subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind controls over 90% of what you do. So what happens is, all of us as human beings, we were meant to be programmed. But the problem is, if you don't program your mind yourself, it will be programmed for you as a result of your neglect. So all day long, we're being fed information, whether it comes from media, music, other individuals. No matter if it goes in your ears, if you hear it and watch it, it's going through your mind, and it shapes the way that you see things. It shapes the way that you view things. So you need to make sure that you're keeping very intentional about the things that are going through your eyes and the things that are going through your ears. Those gates are extremely important. So I want to talk to you about how this mindset gets formed. I believe that there are four main ways that we learn as human beings. There are four ways that we learn. One, we learn based on stories. That's why if anybody does follow the Bible, Jesus taught in parables, because we grasp the concept from parables and we learn from those concepts. Another way we learn is we learn by repetition. You keep hearing something over and over and over again, and then you learn it. Another way we learn is by rhythm, which is the reason why if you want to hear and understand something and memorize it, you put it to a song. Even your ABCs, it was A, B, C, D, we put it into a song, because from songs, we understand and we learn from it, and it's able to stick with us in the long run. So if you really want to take, and the last thing to learn is that we think in images. So even if I tell you, don't think about elephants, even if I said the word don't, and a picture of an elephant still pops up in your mind. Why? Because I said elephant, you heard elephant, and we think in images, we think in pictures. So automatically, even though you're not trying to, you're going to think or hold an image of an elephant. Why is this important? Because if you want to change the way you think, you need to know how your mind actually works. Because that's going to be the very first step after desire to change your situation right now. Whether you're broke, whether you're barely making it, whatever the situation is, if you change your mindset, you can change the way you act, and you can change the way you go about living life. All right. So next thing, when it comes to understanding your subconscious mind, the very most important thing to understand is that this mind is going to be attacked by your repetition, hearing things over and over and over again. That's one way that you can have information or ideas locked into the subconscious mind. The second way is by trauma. So you're automatically affected by something that's going to impact you based on a traumatic experience. That's why something that has been a part of what you've been through in the past, even though it's been 10 years, 20 years, it still has an effect on you so much down the road, because that traumatic experience has now been seeped into your subconscious mind. So those are two ways. So if your subconscious mind can be impressed on by repetition, which is a positive thing, then it makes sense for you to make sure that you're putting the things that you want in your mind on a regular, consistent basis. All right. So as of right now, are you very conscious about the things that you listen to? Are you conscious about the things that you watch? Are you conscious about the images that go into your head? So your mind is most susceptible in two times throughout the day. One, when you first wake up. When you first wake up, just as you're arising, you are in a theta state of mind. This theta state of mind is where it's most susceptible to you receiving information. That's when it's easier for things to seep into the subconscious mind. So it's more impactful to be very cognizant as to what you allow into your head when you first wake up in the morning. So you definitely don't want to wake up in the morning with negative songs, with the news, with social media garbage, because that's going to be filtered through your thoughts in your mind throughout the entire day. The next time is the opposite, right before you go to bed. Just as you're falling asleep, once again, your body moves through a theta state, which is almost like a meditative state of mind, state of being, to where your subconscious mind is more susceptible to receiving information and feeding off that information. So whatever it is that you watch or that you listen to just before you go to bed is that much more impactful because your mind has fed on those things, and then your mind is going to be thinking about these things as you're going throughout your night. So what is a good tool if you want to have those things in your subconscious mind of what you want to attract and what you want to achieve or what it is that you want to be or what it is that you want to think about yourself? I'm going to give you an action plan, 2 action plans that you can actually do and that you can follow. All right. You want to be able to focus. All right. Focus on faith over fear. I'm going to say that again. Focus on faith over fear. One of the biggest issues we have right now, the number one reason why you don't have what you want is because of fear. Now, fear shows up in many different ways. It can be procrastination, hesitation. It can be doubt. It can be worry. It can be inaction. All these things are rooted in fear. That's all it is. So what is fear? Fear is focus on that what you don't want versus that what you do want. Unfortunately, most of the things, or I should say, fortunately, the things that we fear most don't even come to being. They're in our minds. The battle is really in your mind. So in order for me to change my situation, I had to focus on what I really did want versus that on what I don't want. So unsuccessful people focus on what they don't have. Successful people focus on what they want, whether they have it or not. So even when it comes to the word focus, I like to use focus as an acronym. And that acronym is follow one course until successful. Focus. Follow one course until successful. Now, in that acronym, the main thing that I said is 1. We have this idea that multitasking should be a thing. Multitasking should never be a thing because your mind wasn't meant to be split and held consciously on multiple things at a time. Focus on one thing, get that thing done and complete, then move on to the next task without distractions. So about these tasks that I'm going to have you do, I'm going to ask that if you really want to change your mindset, if you really want to attract that which you want to attract, whether it's money, whether it's health, whether it's better relationships, it does not matter what it is. You can have it, but you got to have it here first. How the process goes is this: if you can have it in your head and you can hold it in your heart, you can hold it in your hand. Head, heart, hand. That's the process. If you hold it in your head long enough, it becomes to be a part of your heart. Your subconscious mind and the heart is the same thing. And once it's in your heart, that's why the Bible says, out of the heart flow the issues of life. It's a proverb. The issues of life that you're dealing with right now is because it's in your heart. You're holding on to it. Whether it's fear or faith, you're holding on to it. So if you want to change the situation, change what it is that you're focusing on. All right? So these action steps is write down that which you want to achieve or believe about yourself. Because if you can believe it, then you can achieve it. So when you write it down, make sure you write it down in I am formation. So you may want to say something like, I am a first generation self-made multimillionaire. That's one that I use. Affirmations are extremely important. Everything you say after I am is an affirmation. It does not matter if you believe it or not. It does not matter if you were joking or not. You put it into the atmosphere. My words shall not return to me. It will come back to me. All right. So focus. So write those things down and come back 3 days, three times a day and read what you wrote down. When you get up in the afternoon and before you go to bed. All right. Again, my name is Andre Notice. Coach Andre is what they call me. I'm extremely happy to be here. No, it's all good. It's all good. You can follow me. I have a coaching program where I coach on mindset. I am a mindset coach. I am the purpose coach, showing people how to find their purpose and how to take that purpose and passion and position themselves for profit. In other words, how to go from employee to entrepreneurship. So I'm extremely excited about that.
Well, at this point, you still have 2 minutes on the clock to let us know about who you are, or what you have to offer, who you serve, whatever you want to share with us. You can use your 2 minutes any way you want. I don't think we even wanted you to stop speaking, but use your 2 minutes the way you like, okay? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes on the clock, and however you want to use it once again. All right, there you go.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the biggest nugget I can give you. You get in life what you give. If you want to get more, give more. Whatever you want out of life, give it first. If you want more money, give more money. If you want better relationships, be a better person and be a better individual to others. Whatever that you want in life, give that first. All right? So a little bit about me is that I had to discover my purpose. And once I did, I realized that I had to give back that which I found out for myself. So I'm constantly showing individuals how to find their purpose, dropping nuggets about their purpose, because it makes no sense to live this life with no fulfillment. Most people live and die and never find out why they were even here because of fear. But if you want to know what you were created for, you got to go back to the creator. And that's the reason why I wrote this book, which is called Your Purpose Is Not For You. Because it's not. This life is not about you. Get out of your own head. Your pride, your ego will rob you from that which you really want out of life. So understand that this life is not about you. The number one word, if I can describe life in one word, is love. And the best way to show love is to give. So therefore, I live to give. Again, my coaching program kicks off again this Tuesday. I'm extremely excited about showing unhappy, unsatisfied employees transition to entrepreneurship. And again, I'm your purpose coach, Andre Notice. I love you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. So, yeah. All right, guys, this is the Masterclass Marathon. We're here every Saturday at 12 and Sundays at 7. We have such amazing entrepreneurs that come in to speak about who they are, what they do. They share their businesses with you. You get to learn about a business, and maybe you want to hop into that type of business. Maybe you want to do what they're doing, or you just might be here to connect with someone else. I love doing this because we are here, and I say this is one of my sayings. You are where you are supposed to be at all times. So those of you who have landed on this live, you're supposed to be right here, right now, to hear whatever you just heard and to hear what you're going to hear next. So make sure that you're conscious of every button you're clicking on, because you are where you're supposed to be at all times. So I want to thank you, Andre, Coach Andre, for just speaking and giving us those gems. Make sure you give him a quick follow by clicking the arrow at the top. Whoever you want to connect with, make sure you go into the DMs and start a conversation. That is like the next step to moving a little closer to communicate with whoever it is that you're watching here. You guys can watch this on this page at Tamika James. In the series, there's over 50 of these masterclass marathons, guys. So you can go and you can binge watch the other sessions that were just like this. You also can watch this on my YouTube channel, which is Entrepreneur Speak with Tamika James. All right. So either way, we love to have you watching. All right, lovely folks. I am up next. I'm up next. I don't think any of our other speakers are here right now. So if you guys are ready for Coach Tamika, say yay. All right. Just like to bring a little energy. Let me get my timer set. All right. Okay. So I am Coach Tamika James. I am a cosmetologist turned into a life and business coach. One day I decided that me waking up and servicing clients was no longer for me. I cannot tell you that I put my shears down immediately, because that was not how it actually happened. One day I began to feel different about the career that I was in. I love sharing my story because there are some of you who have this tug and pull right now with where you are and where you actually want to go. You know that where you are is not where you're meant to stay. Here's what you need to hear. I was a cosmetologist for 20 some odd years and got to the point where I said to myself, no, not anymore. So just because you've been doing something doesn't mean that you should continue to do that thing forever. I want to share with you that our bodies change every 11 months. So if your body is changing, why should you continue doing something that you were doing 20 years ago just because you were doing it? You're constantly changing all the time anyway. So make the necessary changes when you get that little tug, that nudge in the middle of your stomach and your gut. So I couldn't, let that go. So I got to the point, guys, where I ended up going to this conference. I went to see Tony Robbins, and I went there because I really wanted to know more about myself. I wanted to build myself in business and do all of those things that I should be doing with personal development. Well, when I left, that was when I really realized another part of me had to be birthed. So I cried in the shower, bawling, crying when I finished leaving that conference, and I realized I had to make a change. So at this point, I now help you with your shift. Some of you need to move into another space. So today I want to talk about your exit plan. Some of you are in one particular space. Thank you so much on the screen. Says you don't even look 20 something. Thank you. So some of you are in a space where you're literally sitting there and something has to change, but you don't know how to do it. You're in a business and you're saying to yourself, I really want to get out. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Some of you don't need to exit the business. As much as I just said, some of you don't need to exit. You know why? The reason why you want to exit is because things are not going well. You're not making enough money. You don't feel joy. You feel this burnout. So what I want to chat about today is when things are not going well, a couple of things that you want to actually begin to do is to identify, number one, especially if you're in business, identify the holes in your business currently. You're in business, you're in pain. You say you want to get out, but do you really? When you identify the holes in your business, which are the issues that your business truly has, there's a reason why you don't have enough customers, why you're not making enough money. There's a reason why there's chaos in your business. There's a reason for all of these things. When you identify the individual holes in the business, you get to move to the next step. Your next step is going to be for you to set a time for you to handle these issues. You need a timeline on every single thing that you will ever do. You know why? Because if you notice that there's a hole in a business, which is that there's not enough customers, you have to notice it. Then you have to decide to do something. But by when? Are you going to do something today, tomorrow, or by next week? When you put a timeline on the thing that you need to do, now you know that you must take action by this point in time. If that point in time comes and you haven't done anything, then that means that something is not right. So here's our next step. Step number 3. I want you to determine who is required to help you to solve your problems. Who? More than likely, you need a who. It might be you to some degree. And let me talk about if it is you, it has to do with you needing to learn something. Maybe there's something that you don't understand that you need to go and learn. You need to take a class to figure that thing out. Now, I spoke earlier about you needing more customers, but what if it's in the space of marketing? You don't know how to market your business. You have to go learn. Now, if you're not going to learn, what do you need to do? You need to find a who that will do it for you. So you're going to need to pay. But let's go back to the fact that you're going to need to have enough money to pay. So either you will spend time learning or you're going to spend your money to get someone else to do the thing for you. So I wanted to bring this up because I understand the pain that a lot of people are in with the business that you're currently in. You want to get out. Now, I told you my story. And like I said, my story, I wanted to share with you how I exited and the fact that I made a choice to exit because of me going to this conference. When I went to the conference, I realized, and I didn't tell you this part, was that there was another part of me that needed to be birthed. This part of me as a coach was so much more powerful than me standing behind the chair and doing all of the things that I've ever done. But I had to come to the realization that I needed to make the change. And all of you will realize where you are, what you need to do next. But I do want to stress that wherever you are, you have to make sure you fix that situation first before you decide to exit. Now, let me attribute this to like a relationship and me going to counseling. If you're in one space and you don't fix an issue, you're going to drag it along with you. Now, I remember going to a therapist during the time when I was getting divorced. And one of the things they said was, you must fix the things that are going on in your life and in your business right now, right here. Because if you don't, you drag it along. I brought that up, and I brought it up in a relationship manner, because if you have a bad relationship and things are not going well right here, and you don't fix it, whatever the issues are, they're always deep-seated in some kind of way. You drag it to the next one. So now here you are letting this thing go, move into the next to find out you have the same issue all over again. So I am here to say, fix the holes in your business, guys. Bouncing back and forth from business to life. I need you to make sure that you're hearing what I'm saying, okay? Because y'all know about the life part. The life part is real for you, whether you know about the business part or not. So let's talk about a couple of other things that have to happen after you've determined who you need. You need to know what the investment will be. How much money do you actually need to fix this problem? If it's a person, how much do they charge? Do they have a program? What is it that you need to understand? If it's you learning, how much do you need to spend to learn? And also, how much time does it take for you to learn a thing? Now, guys, when you look at how long it takes you to learn something, you can ask whoever you're going to work with, how long does it take to learn this thing? If it takes too long, I need you to X out and go and pay for it. You don't have time. So you need to figure out what space you sit in. Do you have the time or not? Now, the next thing you have to do is you have to take action. There is no find out what needs to be done and sit there and do nothing about it, because 6 months are going to come by and everything is going to be in the same position. So in your businesses, guys, a couple of things that I want to ask you. Do you know these things about your business? Are you fully aware of how to do these things? Do you know how to hire someone when you need to hire someone? In most businesses, you're having issues because you're trying to do everything by yourself, and it's not going to work. Even if it comes down to graphic designing, I do teach those of you who want to learn how to use Canva, I teach it to you because I want you to be empowered to be able to do something on the spot so you don't have anything that gets in your way. But if you're not great at designing, I need you to go ahead and hire a graphic designer. So you need to know how to hire someone. Simply, you have to know what you're looking for, what you want them to do, and by when. So all of these things come up when you're getting ready to hire someone. Now, there are more things you need to know in that space, and I help you in another area, in another space to understand these things. But are you guys computer literate? There are so many people that are not. And here's what you need to do. You need to be aware of whether you're computer literate or not, because these are the things that get in your way. When you know that the computer is a problem, you avoid it. And now the thing you need to do, you don't get to do it. So if this is an issue for you, I need you to step into a space where you get computer literate. Learn about the device that you actually have. Now, I'm a Mac girl, okay? So all day long, I'm using iOS devices. I love it because they all connect. I click one thing, I can move the info over there, and it's very seamless. But I want you to understand that if you do not understand your device, that is where you have a problem. It makes you hit a brick wall. Go and take a class to learn about your device, okay? Another thing, are you guys using online booking apps, no matter what business that you're in? I mostly help beauty professionals, but do you guys use the online booking apps that are allowing you to let someone click, book you, and let an automation talk to them, let an automation give them reminders, all of these things? Are you using these things because they change your life? I want you to know that it takes a few minutes to book someone, no matter what your business is. Hello, what time do you have? Oh, I don't have that time. That doesn't work. Oh, I have Tuesday at 10. No, I need Wednesday at 5. No, I need Thursday. No, we are not doing this. Let them click the button and click around until they find a time that works for them. So we want to make sure we're using the things that are available to us online so that everything is easy and seamless. Guys, your pricing in your business, this is another hole. Some of you are not charging what you should be for your services, and you don't even know if you're on track or not. So if you don't know if you're charging the right price, there are some things that need to happen. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just go and check someone else's price. When I'm working with someone, we're digging into who you really are, how you show up, what you offer, what is your USP, what are all of these things to you and your business, and that determines what your price is. How long does it take you to do the things that you do? Are you really fast? Because even if you think you should charge more because it takes longer, you should charge more if you're faster, okay? So these are some things that a lot of us are not aware of. Are we tracking our income? When you're not tracking, you don't know when you were winning and when you're not winning. So when you feel the pain of not winning, you don't know where you were when you actually did very well. You don't even know your lowest point. So when you're tracking, you get a chance to say, this week, things didn't go so well, and you can go back and look at your actions and everything, add all of that up and decide on what you're going to do next based upon what already occurred. Guys, time management is another thing in business that a lot of us have a serious issue with. Time management has everything to do with knowing what needs to be done, deciding on when it's going to get done, and tracking whether you did it or not, and also breaking down the steps of getting that thing done. Some of us are looking at the tasks that we need to do, and we think they're so big. And honestly, if you break it into 3 steps, you know what you need to do, and it's easier for you to actually get it done. So these are really the things that happen in the time management space that we're not paying attention to. So some of you also do not have a website presence. Now, we don't all need a website. I'm going to tell you that. There are landing pages. There are other ways that we can gain exposure for ourselves. But are we visible enough to the people that are looking for us? So these are just a few things in business that are making you say to yourself, I got to get out. I don't want to be here anymore. It's because you haven't taken a look at a lot of these areas, fix them before you move on to something else. This is what you haven't done. So I want to let you know that before you move on, you have to identify these things. And guess what, guys? If you get to the point where this space that you're in, you don't need to be in it, now you have to identify what is going to be next for you. What talents do you have? What do you already know? What is it that you're considering to get into? How long will it take for you to learn the next thing? What does it take? If you don't identify those things before you move out of the business and the space that you're in, you're going to be asking for trouble. So I just want to share that these are the things you have to do before you decide to exit. So whether you want to move forward or not, I am here for you. I hope the information I shared with you today has been helpful. I hope you took notes on some of the things that I was speaking about that you must be aware of in your businesses so that you could take a look at those things. So how can I be of service to you? First, I want to give you a gift today. I have a totally free ebook. It is called Grow the Business or Get Out. Everything I spoke about today. grow the business or get out. It's going to give you an opportunity to answer a few questions and think about a few things before you decide to move forward. And if you are going to move forward, I give you a few tips on what it looks like to actually do that in this totally free ebook. So where do you get it? It's in the link in my bio right here on Instagram. So you can click. If you haven't given me a follow, you can do so really quick by clicking that arrow above, and then go to the link in my bio and grab your free copy. So I also want to let you know that I have a free masterclass on Monday at 8 p.m. if you guys want to join me. I am doing a class called The Business Revamp. It is the things that I was speaking about a little more in depth. What are the things that your business actually needs before you decide to exit? If you decide to exit, what do you need to know? So we're talking about those things on Monday at the Business Revamp class. All right. So how do you get into that? The link in my bio as well, guys. So I'm super excited to be here. I do want to let you know about one of the memberships that I have is called Underground Biz Group. And it literally is a place where the things that I was just speaking about, they're all in there. You don't have to look any further. You don't have to do this by yourself. You know, in the beauty industry, what I learned is that we were taught to do hair. We were taught to service clients. We weren't taught all of the things, the computers and the time management and all of the things in regards to making sure that we're using online booking apps properly, hiring and firing. We weren't taught all of these things. So if you don't have this info, I'm here for you guys. The membership is called Underground Biz Group, and you can click on the link in my bio to get there as well. So that is what I have to offer today. Once again, you guys have been watching the Masterclass Marathon. We are here every Saturday and Sunday to give you these gems. I hope that you got something that you could walk away with. I hope your soul was soothed by listening to the speakers today, that you're able to move forward in your life and your business by hearing something amazing today. You guys are so welcome, and thank you for watching. Thank you for giving everyone a follow. What I'm going to ask is, let me see if I have anyone else that is supposed to speak here before I get ready to close out. We did have someone else that's supposed to come up. They are not here right this moment. Okay, so I'm going to ask that my speakers give a final word before we get ready to close out. Whatever you guys may want to say, whatever you want people to know, you now have the floor. We already know that Coach Andre is going to say ladies first. So, Sophia, you already know it's your turn.
You talking about putting me on the spot there. Was not prepared for that because I am just full with listening to Coach Andre, and I'm definitely ready to check out that book, Coach Andre and Coach Tamika. But what I like to tell you all is that, you know, it's just very important to make those of you in any industry, I always focus on that, is that make bookkeeping a priority. Everything that Coach Tamika spoke about, everything that Coach Andre spoke about as it relates to your business wise, you can't do any of those things that she talked about or he talked about, even more so than I talked about, if you do not make bookkeeping. You know, I also have a planner that I am making currently, and I'm so excited about this project for my beauty professionals, which is also, if you go into my link in my bio and you follow me, and you will see. I want you to join that wait list so that you can be notified when I have the planner ready, and it's coming very soon. So it is a planner for my beauty professionals, no matter what level, whatever the case may be, permanent artists stuff, and just go and be ready and be prepared to learn how to pay yourself, how to track your income that Tamika talked about, how to get those online booking apps ready, all of those things. And I'm so excited to be a part of her Underground Business Group where you can share those nuggets. So go into her bio as well and click that link and join. And let's make this money. Let's secure our bags and let's keep those coins going. Thank you so much again for this opportunity. I look forward to working with you, Coach Ray.
Thank you. Thank you. So we do have our other speaker. So I'm going to let her speak. And Coach Andre, do you need to go, or what's your situation? You good?
I have a minute. You good to go.
Okay. All right. So then we'll let you close out when after Mrs. Cashflow speaks. All right, Akila, thank you for joining us today and blessing us with your presence. You already know you're no stranger to the marathon, so I'm going to give you your 13 minutes on the clock. Let's go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get straight to it. Thank you for welcoming me, Tamika. This is also a joy. I haven't been here in a while, and I'm excited to be back. Today, I just want to speak about just business funding 101, right? I want you to make sure if you're coming up under the sound of my voice, please get a pen and a pad, because we need to understand and write down where we are right now financially and where we want to go and be and how we want to show up on January 1st. The work starts right now, like just period. Okay, we have to write it down and make it plain. I don't care if you go with someone like me, if you're listening to me on a consistent basis, or you go with someone else. Good credit is the foundation of everything great. And just so you'll know, if you're a stranger to me, I'm Mrs. Cash Flows. I help entrepreneurs clean up their personal credit, which will then allow them to optimize it, to leverage it for business credit and funding, to get them the maximum amount that's available and due to you. And typically, I'm going to help you get 90K in 90 days. On average, results may vary, right? So here it is. What are some of those things that can get you to 90K in 90 days? Number one, you do need to have your personal credit intact. I am so sick of hearing people saying build EIN only business credit. You can do that, but you're not going to get far. I'm here to tell you, I had a consultation a couple of weeks ago with a young lady, and she had 19 different derogatories. What does that mean? That on her personal credit, she owed 19 different banks and companies. She owed them all. Navy Federal, Chase, Bank of America. But she had bought into the fact that she can dismiss that credit profile and all those mistakes she made in the past and didn't make good on those other loans. And she could just start this new, fresh EIN. She had an 80 payback score. I was like, you did good. I say, great job. I say, but a Staples card isn't going to take you very far because you're in debt. You owe a lot of people. She was like, yeah, I was trying to avoid, bankruptcy or what have you. Yes, you need credit repair. You also need an understanding to what I learned in that moment and in that conversation. And I didn't even prepare to say this, but I'm going to say this. We always try to take shortcuts, right? And I'm not going to say that wouldn't have been me, because I brought myself from bankruptcy. I'm not going to lie. Thank God I ran into the correct situation, which led me down the right path. Because now this lady, it took her over a year to get to that 80 payback score. She's been going down the wrong road to only find out that she still can't get far and her business is still in trouble and her personal credit. When she could have taken that time and within a 4 to 6 month period could have been lit with at least 250K in business funding. So thank God I didn't run into that situation because I was hurting. I was bankrupt. I got into the right situation. I removed my own bankruptcy within 5 months. I'm now happy to report I had an 822, but then my score went down from Apple Card, went down 20 points, but I'm 822, 832, right? Thank God I was taught the correct way to do things. Here's the correct way. You need to clean, structure, optimize your personal credit profile, guys. There's no such thing as getting lit up with cash with your EIN and LLC only. Really think about it. Do y'all think I would have really taken the time to get rid of my bankruptcy if all I needed to do was to file a $150 LLC at the Secretary of State to go get hundreds of thousands of dollars of funding? Don't believe the hype, okay? Do things in the correct fashion. I'm also a big believer in karma. I don't want to do anything that's not done in the correct fashion. Clean your personal credit up, build it out, make sure you have 10 positive accounts, make sure you don't owe anybody anything at all. You have 0% late payments, 0. You have less than 3 inquiries on each credit profile. You have a mix of credit installments as well as revolving. I'm also going to drop something on you. I've been running into a lot of people who have thin profiles. So a perfect credit profile will have 5 installment accounts and 5 revolving accounts. Installment loans will be loans directly from a bank, as well as auto or mortgage. But guess what? If you need to clean up your personal credit profile and it leaves you with a thin credit profile and you don't have much to work with, my honest opinion and what I've seen work over and over again, I'm gonna give you a play. Even if it's not Navy Federal and you can't get in, but that's my favorite, okay? If you can get into Navy Federal, a lot of people who I come across, they're already in Navy Federal and they didn't even understand the benefits that were available to them. So if you're with Navy Federal, here's a play, listen up. Make sure you have a personal and savings account with them, right? You wanna run that pledge loan play. That's going to give you up to the 5 installment loans that your credit profile needs, which will make you look strengthened and you will be in an exceptional status. That means you're fundable all the way around the board. Once you get to that level, it's game over. Listen to the data points once again. You want 10 positive accounts, 0 late payments, less than 3 inquiries. You want those accounts to be at least 5 years of age, but that's really what I'm finding out. That's really not that big. So if you're at 2 or 3 years, you can still go get funding. But the other data points, you're out to your utilization. You want to keep that below 7%. Come to find out, that's when you get the maximum amount of funding. I've been doing this for a while. And when we push it down to that level, that's when we see higher credit card limit approvals. Do not skip any of this, okay? It is so worth your time. And if you don't know what it is I'm talking about, just type funding in the chat. You can get the funding formula only for $37. I give you the entire blueprint. I pumped the ebook because I'm becoming more and more aware that I'm not the only person that didn't get the memo. I'm running into millionaires, high earning people, and this is really scary. So I need to get you at this level. I don't care if you're making $10,000 in your business, if you got a side hustle, you still work for corporate America. I don't care what your situation is. Everybody needs financial literacy. I'm gonna say it again. Everybody needs financial literacy. And every time you see my face, I'm gonna sell this ebook until you buy it. You might buy it twice because I need you to give it to someone seriously. And if your situation isn't right or proper, I need you to skip Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm sorry. You should not be spending $500, $600, $700, $800 when people like Tamika and this young man right here and me, we got things on sale. It's end of year sale. You need to be seeing what your gap is and what you need to buy while it's on sale. You keep moaning about not having the money. I had someone hop up last week on my free training and was like, what if you ain't got the money? She pissed me off so bad that I got off my free training at 10 o'clock and I was on live for 2 hours after that. You go get it. That's what you do. If you don't have the money, I'm giving you a $37 option on how to get it. We are in the United States. You mean to tell me you don't have I say that's not the question, love. The question is, why don't you have it? Let's put things into perspective. Why don't you have the money to move forward on an opportunity that you need direly in this moment? That's the question. So make sure your personal credit is in order. And if it is not, you need to be getting the funding formula. You need to be educating yourself. You need to ask the question, God, why am I broke? What have I done up to this moment, which led me to this position where I can't afford to put myself into a better position in the United States, especially if you're a 20, 30, 40-year-old person coming up under the sound of my voice and you cannot write the check you want to enjoy and buy and purchase the things you desire, it's a problem. Good credit is the foundation to everything great. The reason I want you to get your credit in order is because I feel that I'm keeping more business owners in business. Because if you're not using other people's money, you're not in business. This is a hobby, and you're one hiccup away from losing it all. I'm just here to put you on notice, okay? And if you think that you shouldn't be using other people's money, you definitely need to get this ebook, because I need you to read it and I need you to make an informed decision while you sit here spectating. Every week when Tamika is here giving us all this value, I can guarantee you each and every last one of us got something going on for Black Friday. The internet is lit with discounts. I'm seeing $297 like mad crazy on my timeline. You need to be figuring out a way how to come up with that money. If you need to do grocery deliveries, if you need to drive Uber on the weekends, I drove Uber. Never thought I would do that. To obtain $3,500 to get into a mentorship, which led to me getting rid of my own bankruptcy within a 5-month period, which led to me to 6 figures in business funding, which led to me to being lit. I wasn't stressed anymore. I could then afford mentorship. I was like, what I want? Okay, I want to do home health care. $10,000? Let's sign off on that. But this is what I've been called to do. Because what I did differently this time, I'm co-creating my life with God. So if you're in any financial issue or situation, I have been called here on this live to help you out. Okay, especially your teenagers. You got people 16, 18 approaching. You need to start feeding them this information. That is a healthy profile. Okay, that's $250,000 in business funding. You can send them off to college lit with a business. My nephew, he's a singer this year. He was like, I don't want to go to college. I say, guess what? I'm okay with that, because I'm about to light him up. We've been working on him. By the time he graduates, he gonna be lit. Y'all gonna see my nephew in lights, okay? Hey, we got other options for you. And I want you to do the same for your family. I just really wanted to get on here to let you know, here's what I read in the E-Myth. Me and Tamika are in a morning meetup and we have a book club. Last month, we read a book called The E-Myth Revisited. Something he said in there that really hit me. It really hit me, and I'm gonna share it with you today. He said, companies have a commodity that they're selling, right? For instance, he gave the example of Chanel. Chanel, it was a couple in front of the Eiffel Tower and they kissed. And then at the end it said, enjoy the fantasy. Say the commodity is perfume, but the product that they're selling is fantasy. What is yours? The commodity I'm selling is business funding and financial literacy, but the product I'm selling is hope. Because I have been in a position where I literally was like, I can die today. Like, how did I get to this space? I got to that space because what did Jim Rohn say? Failure just doesn't happen overnight. Failure is a few errors in judgment practiced daily over time. And if you sitting up here every week listening to Tamika and all these amazing speakers, and you're not taking action on anything, you are practicing an error in judgment. And guess what? Over time, it's going to rack up. That's what equals failure. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm here to put you on notice. We're not here to spectate. We're here to take risk and fuck up and to do whatever we're supposed to do in the world and be great. Okay? If you have any credit challenges or you in business and you do not have business funding for whatever reason, I don't care what the excuse is. I'm giving you the blueprint right here. Type funding in the chat. $37 just for the first 7 people. Get the blueprint, take action. But guess what? If you're still afraid, because people are like that. I paid $15,000 because I was afraid to do my own webinar. But it was the best investment I ever made. Even though I could have gotten a book for cheaper and did it myself, I needed someone to hold my hand. So if the book just isn't enough and you're still in fear, guess what? I got a 3-day challenge coming up the first week of December. You're going to walk away with the foundation you need to get 90K in 90 days. The link is in my bio. Follow me. Keep following Miss Tamika. Thank you so much for providing this platform. You bring value every week. every weekend. And I need y'all to take action, guys. Things are on sale. Stop playing games. This is not the time when you got the richest man in the world on TV talking about, my advice is for you not to buy big ticket items. Jeff Bezos. Okay, y'all don't see what's going on? After every progression, it's a recession. That's not on accident. They have been sent there as a plant to scare the shit out of you while the billionaires clean up house and sell you products that they suggest you should buy. What me, Tamika, and everybody on this platform is selling you, that's what you should be buying. Real talk. And I'm going to just end it there, okay? I'm Mrs. Cash Flows. I'm telling you, get this book. Get everything you need to level up. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't spend a dime on a turkey if your money isn't right. And I'm dead serious. I wouldn't even enjoy dressing if I was broke. Real talk.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the fire. Thank you for all the energy. Thank you for sharing your stories. And thank you for putting us on notice about the things that we really, really need to be more aware about. And you gave us some strategies today as well. So if you guys were listening and reading between the lines and writing notes, you got some strategies that you need to use immediately. And we're not here for you just to watch us. We're here for you to hear the information and let it in, and then begin to take action immediately. Tomorrow is coming. Tomorrow is coming, and you got to decide on what you're going to do next. And if you want a business, you don't need to use all your own money. It's just not meant to be that way. You just have to, got to get the strategies. So yeah, Akila, thank you so much. And thank you for letting everybody know they have to go ahead and connect with us now. Here's what I need someone to hear. Just because we have millionaires in the world and people who, because I'm not a millionaire yet. No, wait a minute. I'm a millionaire. I am
you are
a
what you say
millionaire,
you are.
okay? Just because you have other millionaires in the world, okay, that are not on this live, it doesn't mean that you go out to go and get the info. And you're right here. We're giving you information that you need. We are millionaires. We are assisting you to get to your next level. So take heed to what we're sharing with you today. I had to fix my words. I know what to do. I was just trying to make a statement, guys. All right. So please get Akila's, get her ebook, and you guys are still typing funding on the screen. Akila, are you keeping track of who is saying funding? Guys, if you type funding on the screen, make sure you give her a follow right now if you're not following her, and make sure you go into the DMs and DM her that word. That's how you're going to get your ebook as well. DM her funding in her DMs. All right. Andre, Coach Andre, I'm going to let you speak so we can get ready to close this thing down. Whatever you would like to leave the people with this afternoon.
I'm still in awe over here. I'm over here. I'm still on the high from listening to her speak. Y'all was talking. I'm like, y'all didn't want me to stop. I ain't want her to stop. I'm over here like just enjoying it.
That's how it goes on Masterclass Marathon. That's how it is.
She's saying a lot of things that I've been saying for the longest. Like I was getting ready to host a class called Cash versus Credit. Who's the king? And I made a post on Facebook, and almost everybody's saying cash is king, and I'm like, no. Oh. So I just want to say kudos to you and what you got going on, what you're teaching, because you are on it, and may God continue to bless your endeavors.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I was just gonna say the last thing I was gonna leave was what goes in comes out. What goes in come out. So whatever you putting inside you is got to come out. It has to manifest. So be conscious to the words that you allow into your system, into your spirit. Whether it's the music, whether it's movies, just be conscious, because your paradigm is being shaped. And remember, your paradigm is a multitude of habits fixed into your subconscious mind. So if you say something like, I have a bad time remembering names, I'm bad with names. Why do you believe that about yourself? Why would you put that into the atmosphere? Only say things that you want to be your reality. So just be cognizant, because what goes in comes out.
That's it. And that's all. I think I've spoken enough as well. And Akila, do you have a final word?
Just take action, guys. Things are on sale. This is no joke. This is the greatest opportunity you have in your life. And if they're going to start slowing things down, which they have done strategically, be aware of that. When they tell you not to buy, okay? My best investment and decision of my life was when I house hacked in 2009, right after the crash, okay? That was what saved me after I went broke 10 years later. In 2019, when I had to file bankruptcy, I had that asset to rebound, okay? So when things go on sale is when you should be buying. Right now, we're at the last quarter. Entrepreneurs have things on sale. Pick and choose, write your plan down, make it plain, take action. But financial literacy and financial income is a part of that. Just be aware of that, okay? Be great. Take action, guys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chika Alexander, for getting a badge. And thank you guys for speaking today. You guys are amazing. I love every word that I heard today from all of the speakers. And I'm excited. I took notes myself. I mean, I'm the leader here for this marathon, but I'm taking notes as well. I don't take for granted that there are such amazing people that are around me, and I'm excited about that. So we're going to close this marathon down. We'll see you guys again tomorrow at 7 p.m. There are different speakers that will be coming up. If you desire to be a speaker here at the Masterclass Marathon and you have something that you can share of value to other entrepreneurs, please go to masterclassmarathon.com and fill out an application to be a speaker. The application is also found in the link in my bio. So you have two places you can get that. I thank you all for joining. You can find the series of these marathons right here on my page. There are more than 50 sessions that are in the series. Go and binge watch. Click on the series on my page. You can also go over to Entrepreneur Speak with Tamika James on my YouTube channel. That is it, and that is all. Thank you all. Take action, and we're closing out. See you guys next time. Have a great one. Thank you.